Tuesday, November 27th, 2018, Monaco 64, home of alternative economics and contrarian views. This morning I want to talk about Brexit and whether people in the UK should be prepping for a no deal. And I'll look at The Economist. They've done a huge piece on a no deal Brexit in their latest edition here in the UK. The truth about a no Brexit deal. And they themselves disclosed that they are prepping for a no deal Brexit. So I will touch upon that. I will look quickly at the CFTC data for gold and silver. The COT report that came out yesterday because of Thanksgiving. It was delayed from Friday to yesterday. Brexit deal, no deal, and whether I think you should be prepping for that and what is really happening as far as Brexit is concerned, about what happened the other day in Brussels where Prime Minister May made an agreement with the EU, came to an agreement. And I'll put a link to a video of a Nigel Farage show on the radio where he talks about what's going on. And I think for the US viewers and the UK viewers and any other viewers, it will help to understand what's really going on. Does that say I agree with everything he says? Definitely not. But it's just a way for you to get informed about it. Before that, of course, we'll have a look at what the markets are doing this morning. It's just before 8 a.m. Yesterday, we had a pretty big rally in the stock market, a move higher. Is this just a dead cat bounce? We'll have to see. I mean, right after the market closed late yesterday, the futures market came off. I think the Dow was down 100 points. We'll have to see what it's doing this morning. But yesterday, the markets were up about 1.5%. Dow and S&P. NASDAQ was up 2%. So let's quickly have a look at what we're doing here. Spot gold, 12.21. It's down $1. We've gotten down to 12.1950 just about 15 minutes ago. Before I started preparing for this video, I saw we dove quite sharply. I'd seen the Dow also go up to up 100, but now it's down 28. So there's something going on here. It's very volatile for this time of the day. But anyway, the high's been 12.2350 for the Dows, for gold. We're now 12.21 spot. Silver is up a cent and a half at 14.22. The low's been 14.18, the high 14.29. Yesterday, another disappointing day for the precious metals. That Federal Reserve note price, that is. I know I talk about it being at $1,220, but you know, if you really want to be exact, it's not to $1,220, $1,220 Federal Reserve notes, but that's something, that's another story. It was disappointing because gold and silver were doing really well in the earlier part of the European day, and then the US came in, and as usual, it was gold and silver were, sold off, and the stock market was goosed up. The Dow right now is down 50, and as I said about 15 minutes ago, I was surprised because it was up almost 100, and last night it was down 100, but now it's down 50, so something's going on out there. Not sure what, but it's at 24,590. The S&P is down 6, 2667. NASDAQ 100 is down 0.5%, or down about 25 points. So what do I think about the stock market technically? Why it hasn't changed, my view. I think we've made a double top for the, big double top formation with the high in the end of January and the high in the beginning of October. And right now it's holding on, but it doesn't look good, especially the NASDAQ, S&P, and Dow in that order. So what about the currencies? Let's have a look here. Well, the pound is fairly weak now. It's down 62 pips, so it's coming back down. It's down 0.5%. I haven't seen any headlines here about Brexit, but usually that's what it's related to. So we're at 112.2760 in the cable or pound against the dollar. Euro is down 15 pips, so virtually unchanged at 113.11, and the dollar is also unchanged against the yen, 113.60. Chinese yuan dollar is down a little bit, just 0.1% at 694.50. The oil prices, WTI 51.30, down 0.75%. Brent at 60.27, down 0.5%. See the 10-year yield right now. Let's have a look. Yeah, it's around 306, up about 1 or 2 basis points to the U.S. 10-year yield. Cryptocurrencies still in the doldrums. Bitcoin rallied yesterday back above 4,000, but now it's at 3,800. As I've said, not all cryptocurrency or altcoins will survive. Some will. I still think in the long term, the technology, the blockchain, decentralization is here to stay. Are cryptocurrencies going to replace fiat money and gold and silver? I don't know. But they are going to be competing with whatever we have, if and when this fiat money system goes away. So Brexit and what a no deal could do. Well, first of all, I'd like to show you from this Economist magazine, and they lead the edition with a 1-page article, and then they have a briefing about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pages, all about a no deal Brexit. And I'll show you the title here. They call it Free Falling. And I read all through it. They talk about all the disruption that could arise from, after the 29th of March, 2019. And one of the interesting things they say is on page 27 here, and I even highlighted it here, and I'll read it to you. Disclosure: The Economist is stockpiling around 30 tons of the paper on which the covers of our British edition are printed, which comes from the Netherlands. So even The Economist supposedly is prepping for a no-deal Brexit. But personally, the problem about prepping for a no-deal Brexit is that it's going to be in over 4 months' time if there's a no-deal Brexit. And if there's going to be disruption, it will be on March 30th. So do you start prepping now? Maybe. Do you need to prep? I don't know. Am I prepping? No, not really. Should I prep just because The Economist says they're prepping? I mean, this is a business, of course. They need the paper for the covers. I guess this paper comes from the Netherlands or Holland. Are they prepping with food? I don't know. Or medicine, like they talk about. They talk about being worried about all the derivatives that are written from London. They talk about all kinds of problems that could arise. But we need to look at something called Article 50. Well, Article 50 is basically just invoking that the UK is going to leave from the EU. That's the procedure, Article 50. And it was invoked on March 29th, 2017. So the UK has 2 years from then to negotiate with the EU to get out of the EU. And hence the date of March 29th, 2019. But there are other options. A no Brexit deal is not the only option, or a deal with the EU is not the only option. Some of you might not like what I say, but I'm just being realistic of what could happen here. There are headlines. For example, in the and this is coming out just recent from yesterday in the Independent. It says Brexit government admits UK could attempt to unilaterally revoke Article 50 if MPs want to. And it says, until now, the government has refused to discuss its view of the legality of revocation, saying only that it would not try to pull back from Brexit. But who knows what else could happen? Well, they could extend. I mean, the Guardian has a story, and it says Labour argues. Labour is the opposition party to the Conservatives who are in power. Labour argues for Article 50 extension if Brexit deal is voted down. So there are other options. So that's why I think, is prepping really necessary? Maybe a bit. I don't know. What I think is happening is that right now, it doesn't look very likely at all. And this is even the Bloomberg is saying here, May's Brexit worse for economy than EU membership, research says. And if you listen to this radio show of Nigel Farage, all the callers, they're all adamant that this May deal with the EU is not good at all. And it's not only Brexiteers and Remainers, they're all not, happy with it. And I would say that Parliament is not happy with it. So Theresa May is going to go on a countrywide campaign for the next 2 weeks or so to try to convince the public and Parliament to vote for this deal. But as you say, even Bloomberg now is saying that the deal she has with is even worse, than staying in the EU. So, according to Nigel Farage, she's got to until December 11th, 2018, when Parliament will vote on it. I think we will know a lot more after that, what kind of situation the country's going to be in after March 29th. So, yeah, you could prep or you could wait. Does it hurt prepping? Of course not. If you buy loads of baked beans and Spam, if nothing happens, you can always eat it. If something happens, you'll be glad you have. Am I prepping right now? No, I'm thinking about it. I'm not too sure about it, if it will be necessary. I personally think this whole Brexit saga that's been going on, this has been done on purpose to convince the public that it's a bad idea to leave. And I think Theresa May has done a great job for the establishment. She voted to remain, and they picked her, to deal with the EU. Of course, she wasn't gonna, go after the EU and fight for the UK, for the people who actually won the referendum, who voted to leave. And one of the callers in this Nigel Farage radio show said, I didn't want a negotiation. I just wanted to leave. I guess the problem is that leaving is not that simple. So maybe they'll get what they want, the establishment. People will be so scared that they'll say, okay, let's stay. But I don't know. It's very uncertain. And if they do extend Article 50, if there's no deal, whatever happens, I think there will be problems in the UK. The public might get angry as well. All the people that voted to leave, the people that voted to stay might get angry as well, because they're going to say, you've put the whole country in peril, so to speak. So there you have it. CFTC COT report, quickly before I finish this report this morning. Well, as I said, the latest data came out last night, not Friday, because of Thanksgiving. And I can tell you that the commercials actually, they've increased their shorts in gold and silver. They increased their shorts by 21,000 in gold. And they decreased their longs by 95 in gold. In silver, they increased their shorts by 3,600 and increased their longs by 1,692. So it looks like right now there's a battle. Last week we got close to being, net long the commercials, but now they're net short again, about 24,000 contracts. So at the moment, gold and silver is still being kept under the hammer. Longer term, of course, it's still my currencies to hold, to fight the bankers, to have real money. Silver, as I said, the money of gentlemen, and gold, the money of kings. So if you enjoyed this video, please like, share it, subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet, and you can follow me on Steemit, DTube, and on Twitter as well. I'll talk to you later. Take care. Bye.